Hello everyone, watching my videos and my channel. I am Soumitra Kumar. Today I am here with a new video lesson for you based on migration, types, causes and consequences. In this chapter, we have to study international and national migrations and causes and consequences of migration. Migration refers to movement of people from one place to another in search of safety, security, and job opportunities. Now, the Indian diaspora. To understand national and international migration, we must understand about Indian diaspora. Diaspora refers to movement of people to other places from their place of birth for work or livelihood. Indian diaspora can be better understood under three or four waves. Here, Indian diaspora will be discussed in modern times. The first wave. During colonial period, large number of indentured laborers from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar were sent outside India by British, French, Dutch and Portuguese. British sent the Indian laborers to Mauritius, Caribbean island, Fiji and South Africa. French sent them to Guadeloupe, Martinique, Reunion Island, and Suriname. Guadeloupe is an island in Caribbean Sea and Reunion Island is in Indian Ocean. Dutch and Portuguese people sent Indian workers from Goa, Daman, and Diu to Mozambique and Angola in Africa. Here it is important to know that these workers were sent to work plantations preferably, but some of their owners also utilized them as household servants or workers. Most of these workers didn't return to their motherland even after completing their tenure of work. They never saw their family and country again. Most of these workers were treated as slaves. Now, the Indian Emigration Act. This act was passed in 1911. It was also called as Girmit Act. All the emigrated laborers from India were covered under this act. These laborers were also called as Girmitiya Mazdoor. Now the second wave of Indian diaspora. This wave started during late colonial period. Workers, semi-skilled workers, skilled workers migrated to other countries like Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Brunei and Africa for better job opportunities. After oil boom in 1970, skilled and semi-skilled workers moved to West also. The third wave. Third wave is divided into two sections from 1960s to 1980 and 1980 onwards. From 1960, doctors, engineers migrated to USA, Canada, Germany, New Zealand and Austria for better job opportunities. From 1980 onwards, financial experts, software engineers and others moved to these countries. Now the importance of Indian diaspora. After liberalization, education and knowledge-based emigration from India made the Indian diaspora very important and powerful. In various of European countries and USA, Canada, Indian diaspora is still playing important role for the development of these countries. Now, migration and its record. Migration is being recorded from the first census conducted in India in 1881. At that time, migration was recorded on the basis of place of birth. In 1961 census, two additional informations were included, that are place of birth, rural or urban, and duration of residence. Later in 1971 census, another component was included, that is place of last residence and duration of stay at the place of enumeration. Information about reasons of migration, that was push or pull factors, was included since 1981 census. Presently, migration is enumerated on two bases, place of birth and place of last residence. If the place of enumeration during census is different from the place of birth, then the migrant will be treated as lifetime migrant. If the place of last residence is different from the place of enumeration during census, then the migrant will be referred as migrant by place of last residence. As per census 2011, about 455 million people were recorded as migrant by last residence. This is 37% of population. Now the streams of migration. There are four streams: rural to rural, rural to urban, urban to urban, and urban to rural. Now I am sharing a multiple bar diagram showing the male-female intrastate migration by place of last residence. Here, number of migrants is shown in millions. This is another multiple bar diagram showing the male-female interstate migration by place of last residence. Here also number of migrants is shown in millions. Both of the multiple bar diagrams show the records of all the migrants by last residence. Most of these people were migrated during last 10 years. Now the details of migrants from neighboring countries. This is a table showing the details of migration from neighboring countries. As you can see in this table, there were about 5.3 million migrants from last residence according to census 2011, out of which 4.7 million migrants were from neighboring countries. India had maximum number of migrants from Bangladesh, that was 27,47,062 migrants. On another hand, from Afghanistan, only 6,476 people migrated to India, which is only 0.1%. Now the spatial variation in migration. Some states like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Delhi, Haryana attract migrants from states like UP, Bihar and Rajasthan. Maharashtra occupied first place in migrants, followed by Delhi, Gujarat and Haryana. UP is the state having largest number of out migrants. Now the causes of migration. All the factors that trigger or initiate migration come under push or pull factors. Factors that force people to move out from a place are push factors, like poverty, unemployment. Factors that attract people to be settled in a place are pull factors, like better living standard. Now, the consequences of migration. Consequences can be observed in economic, political, social, cultural, and demographic terms. There may be positive or negative consequences in each of these terms. Now, the economic consequences. Remittance play an important role to run the economy of thousands of poor villages of Bihar, UP, Odisha, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana. Remittances are mainly used for food, repayment of debts, treatment, marriages, children's education, agricultural inputs, etc. Remittances sent by international migrants are more important than that of internal migrants. In 2002, India received 11 billion US dollar by remittances. So, it's an important source of foreign exchange also. Now the demographic consequences. Migration leads redistribution of population between rural and urban areas. There may be imbalances in age-sex structure in rural and urban areas due to migration. Male selective workforce from rural areas move to urban areas in search of job. In such a way, rural areas experience high proportion of dependent or non-productive population and comparatively high sex ratio, whereas in urban areas proportion of working population increases and due to male emigration sex ratio falls down. High outmigration from Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, MP, Eastern Maharashtra have brought serious imbalances in age-sex structure in these states. Similar effects can be seen in recipient states also. Now the social consequences. Migration leads mixing of people belonging to different cultural background and practices. This is migration due to which people of different cultures came to know each other. Due to intermixing of different cultures, composite culture evolves that breaks the narrow limits of society and that develops the mental levels of people. But the negative side is that there may be social gaps and differences among the people of different cultures, due to which many kind of social evils like drug abuse, crime, theft, etc. may rise in the society. Now the environmental consequences. Urban areas face various of problems due to migration like overexploitation of natural resources, acute shortage of water, contamination of groundwater, problems of excessive sewage water, problems related to disposal of solid wastes. Unplanned growth of cities and growth of slums are also caused due to migration. Now the other consequences. Male selective outmigration from rural areas leads more mental as well as physical pressure on females, while migration of women for education or employment enhances the level of their freedom and their role in economy. Now I conclude this video lesson. If you have any doubts or queries, ask me in comment section or in my personal number. Thank you everyone.